Here are 3 sales rank secrets that you probably didn't know about. What's going on, everyone? My name is Joji Davenport. I'm a high school teacher and I also sell books on Amazon. And in this video, we're going to talk about Keepa and talk about sales rank specifically. I'm going to show you some example books that we see some pretty interesting stuff with that are going to reveal some fascinating things about sales rank. All right, so the first thing that we're going to talk about is when sales rank drops. Let me show you what I mean. So over here on Amazon, we have water and wastewater technology. If we scroll down the Keepa chart, generally what we tend to think is that when the sales rank drops, like for example, when we see the sales rank here at 652,000, it goes all the way up to 1 million and then it drops. We tend to think that those drops mean sales. However, one thing that I've learned having bought thousands and thousands of books is that when you go back and look at the Keepa chart and you look at when you buy books, not all the time do we see a sales rank drop when you buy the book. And let me show you what I mean. So this exact book I bought on December 25th of 2022. So I bought that quite a while ago. If we scroll down to the Keepa chart and we look at December 25th of 2022, you can see it's this period of time where we saw this massive repricing war. Basically, the price of this book went from $80 all the way down to about $14. And that's when I picked up a copy in December 25th. So, December 25th up here, yet you don't actually see the sales rank drop in the stereotypical way as it does here, right? We generally tend to think that was a sale, maybe that was a sale, that was a sale, that was a sale, but this is clearly a case where we don't actually see the sales rank drop. So just because you don't see sales rank dropping on a book doesn't 100% confirm that it's not selling. Usually it means that probably it isn't selling, but sometimes it could still be selling even when you don't see that sales rank. Now, one really fascinating thing about this is you actually do see that I bought multiple copies because you can see that the offer count does change. So the offer count went from 14, 13 to 11, and then to 9. So I did buy 4 copies of this book. Let's go to the orders and I'll show you that I actually sold all of them. So over here in Seller Ramp, we're going to scroll down and we're going to go to the orders page. And you can see here that I flipped them all from basically $89, which was a really great flip, right? About 4 copies. Sales rank didn't register, but I was able to sell 4 copies. So really cool. All right, this next topic that we're going to talk about is what a sales rank drop means. So again, the advice is when you see a sales rank drop, we tend to think that means a sell, but in reality, a sales rank drop could be multiple sales. It doesn't just have to be one sale, and I'm going to give you a perfect example showing you what I mean. So over here on Amazon, we have this book called The Preacher's Kid. I bought this book multiple times, sold it multiple times. You can see that the last time I bought this was on April 4th, but I actually sold this book just a day earlier. Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to come down here and we're going to open up our orders, and you can actually see that the first time that I sold this book was April 3rd, and I sold it for $44.96. Okay, so stick with me here because it's kind of weird. I basically sold a copy, realized that the book was still undervalued, and then the next day decided to buy 2 more copies on Amazon. So if we scroll down the Keepa chart, what we can see here is that when the sales rank dropped, that happened right April 3rd. That's right when I sold it. So everything is looking fine, right? Sold the book, sales rank drop. However, I then proceeded to buy 2 copies of this book. So you can see here, April 4th, I bought the book. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the other order as well. So you can factually see that basically I purchased 2 copies of this on April 4th. And if we go back here to the Keepa chart, you can actually see when the offer count changed, right? So here I sold the copy. So I went from offer count of 9 to 8. So I sold a copy. I went off the listing. Then I bought 2 more copies the next day on April 4th. And you can see the offer count changes from 8 to 6. Yet, in that whole time period, you only see 1 sales rank drop. So what that means is just because you see 1 sales rank drop doesn't mean that the book sold one time. It just means that the book sold probably one time, or it sold at least one time is probably another way to put it. But even though you only see 1 sales rank drop, the book could have sold multiple times. And I see this happen a lot of times where I buy a book, I sell a book in a very short period of time and you only see 1 sales rank drop. And just remember, right, for some books that you see only a couple or 2 or 3 sales rank drops, it might actually be better to look at how the offer count has changed. That might give you a little bit better indicator of potentially how many copies sold. All right, the third little secret, or third little topic about sales rank that we're going to talk about is that some Amazon listings don't even have a sales rank, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't sell. It just means that Amazon sometimes doesn't even record sales rank for their products. Why is that? I have absolutely no idea. I just know that factually that's true, and let me show you what I mean. So here's a high school book that I was interested in flipping. By the way, if you're interested in flipping high school books, seasonal books, make sure you check out this video here with Victor Gallegos. Really awesome guy, does great online seasonal book arbitrage. But in any case, this is a textbook that I wanted to flip. And if we scroll down to the Keepa chart, one thing that you'll notice is that even though I have this sales rank toggle selected, you actually don't see any sales rank drops on this listing. And so the sort of new person who's coming, who watched Joji's videos and say, oh, sales rank drop means the book's selling, they're going to come to this and say, oh, this book doesn't sell. The sales rank, there is no sales rank. The sales rank doesn't drop. Well, it turns out that this is just a product that Amazon has decided not to keep a sales rank for. I have absolutely no idea why, but if we scroll down here to the product detail page, you normally have a little area here which will tell you sales rank. And in this case, there actually is no sales rank at all. It isn't being reported. And because Amazon isn't recording a sales rank for this product, there's no way for Keepa to record that sales rank and then show drops. So in this case, a better indicator that there is actually sales is to look at offer count, right? Generally, if something isn't selling, you would just see offer count maybe just steadily increase. Maybe you would see it flatline and not really change. But in this case, you actually see sales rank going up and down, and you also see the price fluctuating quite often. So this is a book that I know there's kind of other variations of this book as well. This is the work text, but there's also like just the normal student edition and teacher edition. I know that those books sell really well, and this is a book that also has reviews. So it has 13 ratings, it has reviews. And to me, when I look at how this offer count is changing, it makes me think that this product is actually selling. And I just decided to take a chance and buy it. You can see up here on the purchase page, I bought this twice. Well, on June 5th, actually, one of them got refunded because I don't know what happened. The seller had to refund me for some reason. Maybe they lost the second one they were going to sell me. But you can see that I bought this on June 5th. And if we scroll down to the Keepa chart, we can see June 5th would have been this point in time where the price dropped from $25 to $9.99. But clearly, we don't see a sales rank drop. We don't see any sales rank at all. But the fascinating thing about this and the proof to this interesting idea is that if we come down to SellerAmp and we look at the orders page, we can clearly see that I did actually sell this 2 months ago, actually only a month later, for $55. So just because a product doesn't appear to have a sales rank on it or doesn't have sales rank drops doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't sell. So I know that this video for a lot of people is probably like, I may or may not be mind-blowing, but it just shows you that sales rank is super nuanced. And as you are selling more and more books and you get into this game a little bit deeper, you realize that sales rank is actually very, very complex. It's not nearly as simple as we try to make it seem to be. But, that's all I got for you guys today. If you really enjoyed the video, make sure you share this with someone, hit the thumbs up button, and consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.